3rd, 2016, Lisa Page. Did you hear Trump made a comment about the size of his penis? Only she didn't use the word penis earlier. This man cannot be president. August 2016, Lisa Page. Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? August 2016, Peter Strzok. No. No, he won't. We will stop it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Capitol Insights. Today we're diving into one of the most explosive Senate Judiciary Committee hearings that exposed potential bias at the highest levels of the FBI. Trust me, what you're about to hear will blow your mind. Before we get started, if you're interested in deep dives into political investigations and government oversight, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Now, let's jump right in. Let's set the stage here. We're talking about a hearing that put Rod Rosenstein in the hot seat, facing tough questions from Senator John Kennedy about bias in the FBI during the Trump investigation. At the center of this controversy are two FBI officials, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. These weren't just any random agents, they were senior officials deeply involved in the Mueller investigation. Now here's where things get juicy. Senator Kennedy dropped a bombshell by reading out emails between Strzok and Page from 2015 to 2016. And let me tell you, these weren't just casual criticisms. We're talking about messages calling Trump loathsome and explicitly stating we'll stop him from becoming president. These emails paint a pretty clear picture of strong anti-Trump sentiment within the FBI's upper ranks. Quick reminder to smash that subscribe button if you're finding this breakdown helpful. Here's something that really caught my attention. Senator Kennedy pointed out that if someone had actually looked closer at the investigation, they would have discovered that the FBI initially found no wrongdoing by General Flynn. Even more interesting, the agents who interviewed Flynn didn't believe he was lying. This raises some serious questions about how the case was handled. Now, Rosenstein didn't just sit there taking heat. He came back with his own defense, acknowledging Inspector Horowitz's findings but emphasizing that rules were followed regardless of personal views. His main argument? This wasn't just about Strzok and Page. There were dozens, maybe even scores of federal agents and attorneys involved in the investigation.
August 16, 2015, Peter Strzok. Bernie Sanders is an idiot like Trump. Figure they cancel each other out. February 12, 2016, Lisa Page. Trump has no dignity or class. He simply cannot be president. March 3rd, 2016, Lisa Page. God, Trump is a loathsome human. March 3rd, 2016, Peter Strzok. Oh my God, Trump's an idiot. March 3rd, 2016, Peter Strzok. God, Hillary should win 100 million to nothing. March 3rd, 2016, Lisa Page. Did you hear Trump made a comment about the size of his penis? Only she didn't use the word penis earlier. This man cannot be president. July 18, 2016, Lisa Page. Donald Trump is an enormous douche. August 2016, Lisa Page. Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? August 2016, Peter Strzok. No. No, he won't. We will stop it. Now, Mr. Strzok and Ms. Page were not junior G-men or G-women. They were senior officials at the FBI. And as I understand it, please correct me, General, if I'm wrong, they were navel deep in misfire hurricane and the Mueller investigation. Mr. Strzok and Ms. Page were removed from the Mueller investigation. Nobody gets fired around here. It's easier to divorce your spouse than to fire somebody. But why didn't you or somebody, or some other senior official at the Department of Justice, or the director of the FBI, or somebody else senior at the FBI say, wait a minute, stop a second. We're investigating a president and a presidential campaign. I'm going to ask some hard questions here. Maybe I shouldn't have been trusting people that are telling me this stuff. If you or some of your colleagues in the Trump administration had done that, you would have seen that the FBI had already said General Flynn didn't do anything wrong, and that the FBI agents who tried to entrap him at the White House had said, well, he's not lying. And y'all, I'm not just putting it on you, but y'all would have found that the Steele dossier was unadulterated BS. And you would have found that some people at the FBI had been lying to you, lying about on the warrant applications. And maybe you would have said, wow, does the Mueller investigation really need to be trying to put Carter Page and General Flynn? I mean, what's going on here? But nobody did that. And that bothers me.
I appreciate your question, Senator. First of all, and I have the report open to the appropriate page. You are correct with regard to Inspector Horowitz's conclusions. He did point out that employees are entitled to political views. And I think it's important to recognize, I'm sure we have people with strong views on the other side too. The question is, are you following the rules? And are you articulating those views in a way that will cast doubt upon the integrity of the process? And when that information came to our attention, Senator, I think we did the right thing. Inspector Horowitz brought it to my attention and the attention of Director Mueller. Director Mueller took appropriate action. The FBI director transferred Mr. Strzok. The investigation wasn't concluded yet, so he wasn't able to impose any discipline. I believe the woman involved left the department voluntarily. With regard to the status of the investigation, Senator, obviously, fortunately, we're at the conclusion and we're able to say that no Americans conspired with the Russians. My impression at the time was that there was proper predication for that investigation. And Inspector General Horowitz agreed with that. There may be more information that comes to light, and Mr. Dora may find that, and then I think we ought to take that into consideration as well. But with regard to all those cases, Senator, all I can tell you is, and I think one more important point I'd like to make, which is why didn't we just throw the whole thing out? It's because there are a lot more people involved in this. It's not just Mr. Strzok and Ms. Page. There are dozens, perhaps scores of federal agents and attorneys involved, and I hope and believe most of them were not.
Ms. Rosenstein.
So, what does all this tell us? We've got clear evidence of bias, questionable handling of investigations, but also a complex web of multiple agents and officials involved in the process. This hearing gave us a rare glimpse into the inner workings of one of the most controversial investigations in FBI history. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more content like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button on Capitol Insights below. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this.